Can it really be true? Can it really be this warm in January? It is. So it's probably 60 something degrees outside. It feels good. It feels really good. Here's my bike that I wish I could ride right now, but I can't. Carburetors leak gas, the petcock leaks gas, and there's no air filters on it. Behind the carburetors, nothing behind it. So, to be a little bit more realistic, I'm going to try to ride this thing today. As you can see here, I don't have a cylinder head on it. I'm going to try to go pick that up here in a couple hours. I'm going to check the valves, probably lap them, make sure they're seating really good so I ain't got to pull it off again for a while. Piston's got a little damage to it, but not too bad. It's a low hours on that Wasco piston. I put new grips on it, new unbreakable levers on both sides. I didn't have this number plate, so I just bought a used one on eBay for $10. I didn't have an air filter before. Well, I had one, but it was all ripped all the way across here, so I bought a brand new air filter put on it. I've done a lot of work to this bike. I think you can go back in some of my other videos in the past talking about this thing. I did water test the gas tank because it did leak from the top radiator shroud bolts, so I epoxied those cracks. So I put a little bit of gas in it, shook it up, and then now I'm gonna let it sit out in front of the sun and just trying to get it heated up a little bit and get all that evaporated out, all the water and everything out of there. In case you guys are wondering what it's sitting on, that's actually a 350 small block Chevy wrapped in tarps on a tire. There's a 305 on an engine stand out here. The place is a wreck out here. Future plans for this area is I plan to cut this tree down and put a garage thing over this tunnel, whatever you call it, carport right here up against this building, and then I'm just going to build a wall down the left side, down the back side, and eventually I'll put a wall and doors on the front. But that's my main plan, is just to get a wall on the back and on the left side here. And to do that, all this is going to be flattened. So you used to have a garden right there, but this is all sand right here. So all I got to do is just put some just get someone out here, and it's pretty close to flat anyways, because you can see there's a line right there where it actually sinks down a little bit. So it's actually pretty flat. It's just get some of this sand out right here, flatten it out perfectly, and get like a 12 by 20 or something like that, single carport. That way me and Trevor can work on cars out here. So that's my next buy. See, just living a double wide, but who cares? Gets the job done. So keep it realistic here with the YZ426 going today. I got new radiators. Just came in last week for it. It's a brand new. These are nice. I've got some premium Kawasaki ZG1000 4-cycle engine oil. Now this is a certified oil. I used to work at a hardware store as a small engine repair mechanic. See it here, it says contains zinc. This is what we put in all engines, is the Kawasaki brand, because it's a certified oil. So they have to tell you what's in it. So I know it contains a lot of zinc. I'll also be adding some STP oil treatment to the motor oil. And I've got this just laying around just in case I need a little bit extra, because it ain't gonna hurt to put that in there. Synthetic blend, you know, what the crap does that matter? So here's the old cylinder head. That don't matter. So I've done a lot of work to this bike. They're gonna look like it. I painted the frame at one point. As you can see, I've got some chips in it just where it's been tossed around a little bit, where it doesn't really stand up when it's just the bare frame. Without the subframe, it just doesn't want to stand up on anything. New back tire. Probably need a new front tire. Camel hole sticker, and then air filter sticker. I'll be getting a graphics kit for it soon. Yeah, thanks for
What you guys
watching.
want to see in the next video, I gotta go to the hardware store and get some bolts.